be the best class for you. So my name is Holly, and I will be the teacher for this hour, and I hope to see you in this class. So the topic is small talks. Basically, let me show you what we're going to do. We're going to start out with we'll do a brainstorm. We'll talk about the different topics that are appropriate for small talk in your countries. And then we'll look at these topics. Are they okay or are they bad? Then we'll review the 3 steps to small talk, and we'll review to topic surfing. And then we'll play a game. Okay, that is the plan for today. And stop this. So I hope to see you in class. And my name is Holly, and I am a teacher, a native teacher from the U.S. And I am originally from Idaho. I lived there for much of my life. However, I lived in Finland for 11 years, and I lived in South Korea for 2 years. So the topic is on small talk, and I can go ahead and we can go through this anyway. Looking forward to people coming, and we're gonna just practice small talk. We're gonna look at the different topics that people will have. We'll start out by just looking and deciding what topics are appropriate in a small talk situations, especially in business, but also any time. Then we'll look at, are these topics okay? And possibly even talk about them in practice. Then we'll do a review from other small talk classes that I've had on the 3 steps to small talk, and also on topic surfing. And then we will play a game, and a discussion activity. The hope is that while you guys are speaking, I will be giving you feedback. Usually I'll be writing out the correct way on the chat. So hopefully you all can come. So just to tell you a little bit about myself, my name is Holly. I'm from the U.S., from Idaho. I was born in Idaho and more or less raised here. I have lived in South Korea and in Finland, and came back to the States about 5 years ago, and so forth. Hi, Juan Pedro. How are you today?
Hi, how are you? I'm doing well, thank you.
Good, I'm doing well as well. I'm trying not to get a cold, so.
A little cold.
Yeah, it's like, so I want you guys to talk mostly today.
Your throat has got a bad cold.
Yeah, it's you kind of have a we say in English, a sore throat. Sore throat. So.
Sore throat.
Yeah. And I thought I was better, but then I at the last 2 classes I've realized, oh man, I'm coughing. so.
It's very good to drink a lot of water. Honey.
Yes, exactly. Or I have some juice here that I'm drinking, and it's like strawberry guava or something like that. I'm not even sure what it is. So. But it does soothe the throat. The last time I got sick, I had never had so much pain in my throat before, so hopefully that doesn't happen. So anyway, yeah. So how has your week been? How was your week?
My week, it's a normal week. I haven't thought about pass the weekend out because I have to do many things in my house,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a lot of things to do, many things. And then right now I have time to do some speaking
Yeah.
with you, and it's an opportunity to practice some speaking, some words, English words, and
yeah. Well, good. So your week was just your week actually kind of it went well because you didn't even think about the weekend, right? Yeah. And you said you have a lot of things to do this weekend. What are some things you have to do this weekend?
Oh, many things. I have to put up to date my papers, my things about one English course that I have to start the next week. Official, I've been trying to join an official school in my country, and at last I've got to do that. I'm happy.
What kind of class?
It's a official. It's a title. Official title that is recognized by is international recognized, and takes me 6 years to for getting this title.
Wow.
Yes, it's very interesting, but it costs a lot.
Yeah.
Because 6 years is too much time.
What title will you be getting?
I start from the first course because I prefer to review all things about the grammar. I prefer to review because I have a lot of things that I've forgotten, and it's a good thing.
So is this like a first certificate course or something like that?
Yes,
is it a Cambridge course?
No, it's similar, but no, it's the Cambridge course. It's another title.
Okay, interesting.
Can you wait for a second?
Yeah, sure can. And there's other people. You're welcome to come into class, and we'll have small talk topics.
Hang on a minute.
Okay, one moment. So while I wait for Juan Pedro to come back, for the rest of you, you're welcome to come in, and if you have a ticket, you're welcome to come in and join us. It's totally fine. We can have small talk topics class with 2 people, or so it's totally fine. So for people who are viewing, we're just waiting. And what you would do is you go ahead and push the join class button on the video, on top of the video. There's a join class on the right hand side of the video. You should be able to see that. If you have the correct subscription, you're welcome to join. So, so you can go ahead and join the class that way, and come on in so that I can speak with you. So, and just join the class. And so, small talk topics is what we're studying today. Let me quickly go over this. And then when Juan Pedro comes back, we'll get started. So, we're basically gonna look at what kind of topics are okay. Are these topics okay in small talk? We're gonna review the 3 steps to small talk, and then we're gonna go through topic surfing, and then the main part of the class will be for just practicing speaking and doing a small talk activity. So that is the plan today. So once Juan Pedro comes back from the phone, gets off the phone, then I will start. Then I will go ahead and start the class. So people are welcome to join if you'd like. And it is now, I believe, Saturday morning in Europe and Saturday evening in Asia, and it is Friday night in the Americas. It's about 2 a.m. in the USA, or in the USA, the part I'm at, and it's 4 a.m. in New York City. So depends on where you are, of course, in the U.S., what time it is. I think it's in Brazil, it would be about 4 a.m. In Colombia, it would be 3 a.m. or 3:15. So that's what time it is. So once Juan Pedro is off the phone, then we can go ahead and start the class. So, tell you a little bit about me. I was born in Idaho. Raised here more or less. I lived in a couple states as I was growing up. I came to move to South Korea, started my teaching in South Korea, and now I live, and then I lived in Finland for 11 years, and now I live back in the U.S. It's 5 a.m. in Brazil. I thought it was 4 a.m. So Brazil is even further than New York City. So that's good to know, Gabriela. Thanks. You're welcome to come in if you'd like. Hi, Juan Pedro, you're back?
Yes, I come back. Thank you very much, Andy.
Yeah, it's okay. We're not supposed to actually allow... Do you guys like my picture here? Tigger?
No, I can't see.
You can't see it?
It's a tiger.
Yeah, it's Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh, tiger Winnie the Pooh.
Tigger, the Winnie the Pooh Tigger.
I have 3 nephews. It's impossible not to know Winnie the Pooh.
Exactly. Me too. So, my sister gave me this shirt, and she's always liked Tigger. So, she gave it to me and didn't realize she gave it to me. She said, "What? I didn't know I gave that to you." So, but anyway, well, what we're going to do now, Juan Pedro, is we're going to go over small talk topics, okay? Mm-hmm. And were you in the other classes I did on small talk? I don't think you were, or were you?
Small talks.
Did them on Sunday night. This is a third class in a series, and so we're going to quickly go through this, and then the bulk of the bulk of the class will be doing small talk.
About business, no?
So, it's business or regular. I made this for a business class, but because that's what I've taught most of my career. So, but small talk topics. First of all, what are some? And I'm not sure why there's I don't know why there's a square. It's a square. I think actually it's from another. When I taught this class about 6 or 7 years ago, we were in a virtual classroom where the students could all write it themselves, and so I think I didn't change it, so that's what's going on here. But okay, so what I'd like you to do is tell me, and I'll go ahead and write it. Some small talk topics that are appropriate for when you're talking to colleagues or in a social situation. What are some small talk topics that you think are appropriate?
About the weather, for example.
Weather is always works. Yeah.
Weather is the first topic. Yes. Weather. Relationships.
Relationships?
Yes,
small talk?
With your friend, with your special relationships.
Maybe. Listen, I'm gonna put it here, but I'm not. It really depends on the situation.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah, if you're talking to a colleague.
When your best, yes, it is true. With your best colleague, perhaps, but
yeah,
the rest, the others is.
Yeah, if you're small talk on the airplane, for example, if you're in an elevator. This is the type of talking. So if you're at a party, maybe relationships, maybe not. So what are some other topics?
About the work.
Okay.
Yes, about work. About travels. About trips.
Yes.
Travel. About food, perhaps too.
Food, yes, food. Say, food. Okay.
And
somebody else is here. Yay.
Yeah. About exercise.
What?
Physical exercise.
Yeah, exercise. Okay.
Exercise.
Oops. And you guys are seeing me spell everything wrong. Okay. Okay. Yes. Wait, who else is here? German, how are you today?
I'm pretty good, thank you.
Good. Can you think of some words that some topics that you would talk to in a small talk situation?
Talk about the family.
About what?
How is family?
Family, yes. Family works. Okay. Family. Okay. Okay, and what else? Any other topics? German, Juan Pedro? Family.
Tell me. Yes?
Hello?
Hello?
Are you there?
Hello? Yes? Hello?
Okay. Hello?
Yes?
Okay, somebody else has written movies. Movies. What else? What are some other topics?
Sports.
Sports, yes, definitely. Especially soccer.
News.
So current events. Depending on what it is, there's some topics that you still kind of it's a very hot topic and it's you have to be very careful. So, okay. What are some topics that you probably do not have small talk topics with? Can you guys think of some ones that you do not talk about?
Religious.
Okay, so yes, religion. So religion is a big no-no. The only time in English, and only time you actually I mean, there are some ways to talk about religion in a small talk situation, but you really have to be careful. Okay, so what else? What's something else that is a no-no? I'll just write it out. Sex and politics.
Yeah.
Okay, now you can actually talk about religion, sex, and politics, especially religion and politics, if you do not give your personal opinion. So you might say, "Oh, you live in Spain. Is that a Catholic nation?" Or you know, so you might say something like that, but that's as far as you go. You don't talk about personal opinion. So no personal opinion. Okay? Does that make sense? Let's go on. So are these topics okay? So the latest films, are they? Oops. The latest films, are they okay? Oops. Juan Pedro. German. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes. Are the latest films okay to talk about?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so that's. Bear with me a moment. Okay. And for some reason, are you using a headset? Because I'm hearing myself big time, German. Juan Pedro, is the one true path to eternal life, is that okay to talk about? Juan Pedro? Are you there? Juan? Okay, German, what do you think?
For the latest films, it's okay to talk it about.
Uh-huh. Okay, how about the next one? The one true path to eternal life.
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay, so this is definitely a no-no. Okay. Perfect. Okay, and how about the local basketball team? Or the local soccer team?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Cars?
Yes.
Okay. A product you would like to sell to everyone?
Over what?
As something you want to sell.
Red.
Red. Okay. So no, that's something we don't talk about in small talk. Okay. How about the death penalty?
Red.
Yep. Your hometown.
Green.
Green. Okay. And how much you make?
Definitely red.
Definitely red. A dark red, right? Your last holiday?
Green.
Okay. Your favorite movie star?
Green.
Okay. How about the correct political party?
Red.
Red. Okay. And the weather?
Green.
Okay. Gardening?
Red.
Red?
Gardening?
Yeah. It's a hobby. So it's green.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Yeah. Your health problems.
Red.
Yeah. And then your family.
Green.
Green, yes. Now, some of these things that are in red, you can talk about it to friends, but not in a small talk situation. So in small talk, it's usually you're talking to people you don't know well, okay? So the 3 steps to small talk. Okay, so this is a review. German, were you in the class last time we did small talk? Were you in my class?
Wrong.
Yes. Do you remember this?
No.
No. Okay. So I'm gonna open up that topic as well. Bear with me a moment. Let's see if I can find it. Bear with me. Okay. Basically, small talk. The 3 steps to small talk are to answer, add, ask. So you answer the question, you add information, and then you ask a question. Okay? So, for example, a bad small talk conversation, this is a bad conversation would be, how was your weekend? Somebody says, A says, how was your weekend? And B says, answers, fine. And then there's silence, right? Is that a good conversation or a bad conversation?
Bad.
Yeah. Okay, so a good conversation, more or less a good one, would be, let's see if we can do one together, okay? I'm going to ask you, so what are you doing? No, bear with me. We'll do it this way. We'll do the same question. How was your weekend? How was your weekend? You have to think. What would you say, German? How was your weekend? If you add, answer, add.
Okay. I really enjoyed it. How about you?
Really enjoyed the weekend? Okay. How about you? Okay. That's good. I can say, I had a great weekend. I had a great weekend too. Because I got to sleep. What did you do that made it enjoyable? Okay. And what's your answer for that one?
One moment, please. It's good. It was great. Instead, I had a great weekend. I can say it was great.
Yeah, you can say it was great. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you could say it was great. I got a lot of sleep. I got my rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
perfect. Good. That's a good question. Okay, so what did you do that made it enjoyable?
I went to the natural surroundings.
I went
and
where?
I went to the natural surroundings. And
Nature runnings?
Natural surroundings.
Nature to run?
Nature to run, no, to walk.
Okay, so I went hiking.
To walk around.
And so it's easier to say this. I went hiking.
I went hiking. Okay, it's much better. That is true. I went hiking.
Yeah, because if you say I went hiking, everyone knows you went to either the mountains or to the countryside.
One moment. Hiking is similar trekking.
Yes, similar in some respects, and then walking. Okay, if you take a walk, you might be in the city, but if you're hiking, you're in the country.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went hiking. What did you do that went enjoyable? And what else do you say?
I went hiking in near to my house.
Okay, near my house.
Near my house.
Huh?
For 3 hours.
3 hours. Okay. Okay. Now.
And I could rest.
And then I could rest. Okay. Rest.
And then I could rest.
Okay. And then what? Then what's next? Anything next? Oops. Or is the conversation? Oops. There was a conversation over.
Oops. Yes. Oops. Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's that's all.
Okay. Now, what happens to this person? Person hears that. Do they start asking other questions? So one thing here is what you could say is, how much rest did you get? Because the person said, she got plenty of rest over the weekend, right? Okay, so in this respect, in this 3 steps to small talk, you answer the question. So you answer.
Yes.
Answer.
I
add.
Answer. I.
And then ask.
I.
Okay. Okay, so how much rest do you get? Does that make sense? This is not good. This was very good. Okay. Now, to continue the conversation, we have something called topic surfing. And this is what I went over during the last class. And topic surfing, that's where we, do you do a lot of internet surfing? Do you surf on the internet?
Surfing.
Do you use the internet?
I don't know.
You don't. Do you go onto the internet very much?
Do you go? The rest of the sentence I don't understand. Sorry.
Oh, okay. That's fine. That's why you're here. Okay. Let me write it down. That's totally fine. I'm going to use a Word document for that. So, do you go onto the internet very often?
Yes, but I usually go onto the internet but I prefer to read,
Okay.
for example, and to watch watching movies. But I usually go onto the internet looking for information.
Okay. So so when you go into the internet, you are looking for information. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Looking for information. Okay. Now, German, you're welcome to join into this conversation. Okay. So we're looking for information now. Topic surfing. Topic surfing in Smalltalk is very similar to internet surfing. Okay.
Okay.
German, do you go onto the internet very often?
Yes, per day.
Every day. Okay. What is your favorite? Both of you? What is your favorite website?
It should be YouTube.
YouTube. Okay. YouTube
Yes.
and
Google.
Google.
And Verbally.
Verbling, of course. Yes, Verbling. Okay. So, and then one is that your what is your favorite website?
Similar to my colleague, Google, Berlin, and sometimes BBC Radio.
Okay, BBC. Okay, perfect. Okay, now, okay, so when you go to one of these websites, okay, you say, for example, you go to BBC Radio. Let's see, you go to Google, okay, and you what are you going to search? Studying English. Okay, so you're searching studying English, right? Okay, so you go into Google, you start studying English, and then you get the results. Okay, then you go to the results, which means you go to a home page, right? And then you press on links. Press on links on that on the home page, right? And then then you return to the home page. Okay. And then you return to Google, right? So that is internet surfing, right? All this is internet surfing.
Okay.
Right? So we just go for then you go to the next home page, right? On whatever topic. Surfing, it's very similar, okay? So what happens is, for example, somebody says in a conversation, the weather in Finland is really cold. So this is the first home page. So you guys talk about weather for as long as you can. Then you go back and then you start talking about Finland. And then maybe if you run out of talking about countries, you talk about Finland, then you go to Sweden, and then all of a sudden you're in Spain, right? You start talking about countries. If you run out of something to talk about, then you go to cold. You know, then you talk about weather again. So that's what topic surfing is. So let me show you an example of this one, of the one that we just did. So, how was your weekend? I really enjoyed the weekend. How about you? I had a great weekend too because I got to sleep. What did you do that made it enjoyable? I went hiking near my house for 3 hours and then I could rest. How much rest did you get? Okay, so in this respect, we can actually topic surf about sleep, or rest. So we can talk about how much sleep or rest. This was where we were going. We can also talk about hiking.
Mm-hmm.
And we can also talk about enjoyable weekends, what you've done to make things enjoyable. We can talk about your house. And so that is basically topic surfing, okay? So now we started out in this class talking about what is a good topic, right? We decided that the greens were all good topics, the reds we stay away from, right? So then we talked about the 3 steps to small talk. You answer, you add, you ask. You keep a conversation going. Another way to keep a conversation going is to think about what the person said beforehand and continue with that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is practice. Okay, so German. Oops, sorry, pardon me.
Yes?
German, can you give me 4 numbers between 1 and 6? Excuse me.
2, 4, 5, and 6.
Okay. And Juan Pedro. Can you give me 4 numbers?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. So, this is what we're going to do, and we're going to go back and forth between these screens. So we're going to do a small talk game, okay? And so you guys are going to talk to each other about different topics. So we're going to start out with German. German, your first number was 2. Okay, so you start out. Oops. You start out right here, and you go 2 spaces, 1, 2. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is see if you can come up with, talk to Juan Pedro and have a conversation about music. Okay? Can you do that? So you can start out by asking a question. And then go from there. Okay?
Okay. So I have to do a question with the subject of pets.
Music.
Music. Okay. What kind of music do you like to hear? Juan Pedro?
Sorry, do you like?
What kind of music do you like to hear?
Do I like? I like blues and jazz music very much.
Need to answer the question, add a little bit more, and then ask.
I like jazz and blues music.
Okay.
Have you heard me?
Yes.
I like blues and jazz music.
Okay.
what kind of music do you like, German?
I like electronic music and just a little bit reggae music. But I will, but every style or every style of music, it could it could it could be like me, but it depends on the song.
Okay, now you ask him about what he said. Okay. Is this too difficult?
There is a disgusting echo.
Yeah. So, German, when you are not speaking, could you mute every time because we can't hear ourselves. We hear an awful sound. So. Okay. So basically, on that one, it was okay. But what? Let me go back. Let's go back to this part. So this one, you need to answer the question, answer the questions, add information, ask a question. So the question is, what kind of music do you like to listen to? Juan Pedro said, I like jazz and... What did you say? I like jazz and something else. And then he said, how are you? And how about you? And then German, you answered, but then you can say, what is your favorite jazz musician? So you keep asking each other questions. You listen, you answer, you add, ask. So asking back and forth. Based on what you heard. Do you understand?
Okay.
Okay. So let's try another one. Okay. This is kind of difficult, but if it were easy, then right, we shouldn't be here. We're wasting our time. Okay. So Juan Pedro, how about you ask start a conversation, and you could ask me as well. If you want to ask me or German about pets. German, can you mute when you're not talking?
German. Do you like pets?
Yes, I like pets, but I don't have one. How about you? Do you have a pet in your home?
Yes, I have a bird. My girlfriend like very much birds, and I have 2 birds. Why don't you have pets? Your house is small? Do you have a small house?
Good fix. Do you have a small house? Yes.
Yes, I have a small house, and for example, I can not have a dog or an animal, a big animal at home.
Okay.
So, what kind of birds did you have? Big ones or small ones?
I have little ones. Their names I don't know exactly the names in English, the English names. Is I don't know exactly. Is loro, small loro. Loro is small. Is loro? I don't know the name. Parrot. Sorry, parrot. Small parrot.
Small parrot. Does it talk?
Parrots. I have a small parrot.
Parrot. Does it talk?
We are trying to do that, but and we have a couple of parrots, and when you have a couple, is more difficult to do that because these ones don't pay attention to us.
Really? So that's about, I didn't know that. So if you want to have a talking parrot, the parrot should be alone.
Yes. It's easier if you have a parrot alone. In this case, it's possible that the parrot talk to you, and the parrot needs someone to needs contact, needs relation, and in this case, if the parrot is alone, the parrot only focus in you. I can hear you.
Sorry, I muted myself to cough. So if it's alone, it can focus on you. So that's good. Okay. Wow. I jumped into that conversation because I thought it was interesting. Okay, German. Let's. Your next number. Well, you go 4 slots. So from music right here, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. So German. Can you start a conversation on current events? That is something something in the news, something that is happening in our world today. Might be a difficult topic. I think you can do it though.
Yes, current news. Did you watch the news today, Juan Pedro?
Yes.
Could you
answer, add, ask? Remember, answer, add.
Yes. I've watched. I've watched the news today, and in Spain, the news are talking about, have been talking about the economic crisis.
Pedro, ask him, did you watch the news today?
Have you heard? Have you watched the news today? German?
No, I'm not. Just ask to you because I didn't watch it.
when you can ask German, what did you do?
What did you do? And it was good news for the crisis on Spain, or other bad.
No, the news about the crisis has been bad news.
So the crisis in Spain is it's growing up.
No, it's not. No, is the crisis is standing. The crisis remains, but there is a point that the journalist said that is the tourist season has finished, and for the reason the employers, I don't know how to say that, the crisis is coming soon.
Oh, it's I mean, how to say? Well, it's not good.
No, the main reason is that the tourist season has finished. Then the crisis is coming back again.
It has improved, but then it's coming back. It's getting worse.
I can't hear anyone.
So it improved, and then it's getting worse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that is that a concern? Oh, well, it looks like we are out of time. You guys did a very good job at this game, because it is difficult to speak free speaking, but you did a very, very good job. So
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay, and I hope you learned a little bit about small talk and a way to keep a conversation going. So that's okay. And I hope to see you in another class some other time, and have a wonderful day.
Okay, the same
Thank
to
you.
you. Hope to
Thank
see
you.
you.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.